Now we'll start with one last part of this chapter. Okay, we have done with integers. The last part is called as rational numbers. Have you heard of this word?
Yeah,
Do you know what these numbers are?
I forgot.
Okay, a rational number is like a combination of your integers as well as fractions. Okay, so basically you write any fraction. Okay, and if you give it any sign, okay, 3 by 4 is a rational number. Okay, negative 3 by 4 is also a rational number. Okay, in fractions, when we were doing fractions, we had all positive numbers, correct? 5/8, 6/7, all of these were positive numbers. Those are fractions. In the rational numbers, these fractions could also be negative. Okay, so that's the only difference here. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go by definition, okay, a rational number is in any number.
Irrational, irrational numbers like usually fractions.
Yeah, they are like fractions, but they could have negative sign as well. Okay, so any number of the form P over Q, okay, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0, okay, are called rational numbers. So this is the definition of rational number. Any number of the form P over Q, okay. So here
Okay.
in P and Q, you can put any integer, okay, any integer that you want, you can put it here, okay, and the Q should not be equal to 0. What will happen if Q becomes 0?
Huh?
What will happen? See, the condition says the Q should not be 0. What will happen if this Q becomes 0?
Then the answer becomes zero, right?
For example, let's say I have P as any integer, right? P and Q I can select any integer. Okay? Let's say I select P as 3, but in Q I select as 0. Okay. What is 3 over 0?
3/0 is zero.
No. Okay. Any 0 over 3 is 0.
Oh,
Any number divided by 0 is not defined.
I thought I was gonna say 0.3. No.
Okay, not defined, or you can say infinite. Okay, so
Oh,
that is the reason why your Q cannot be 0. Okay, in
okay.
in in any all of the problems that we have solved, our denominator was never 0. Correct. So that is something you need to be careful about. So that is the definition. You can select any integers, okay, as P and Q. Okay, P and Q are integers, but only condition is your Q cannot be 0. Did you understand this definition? Any number of the form P divided by Q, but here where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0 are called rational numbers. Okay, select any P. Let's say I say P is -4, Q is 2. This is a rational number. Okay, let's say P is 4, Q is -2. This is again a rational number. Okay, see. Anyways, you got the idea of rational numbers.
Yeah.
Basically, this is the definition, or easiest way to remember is it is just a fraction, but this fraction could also be negative. Okay, simple as that. But your Q could, the denominator should not be 0. This is important. Okay, the denominator
Okay.
cannot be 0. Now, in rational numbers, you can also have operations. Okay, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. So we'll slowly get to those. Okay, so let's see what the textbook has to say. Uh, can you see my screen? Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to try. Okay, before that, I'll show you something. Okay, now we have some numbers. Okay, something called as a natural numbers. Have you heard of this?
No.
You don't know this? Okay, I'll tell you. This is very important.
Are
Okay,
they like normal numbers?
exactly. That is where I'm getting at. Okay, so I'll tell you what. I'll write a few things. Okay, tell me which of these you know.
Wait, so natural numbers are like normal numbers, right?
Yeah, but then what are
Okay.
whole numbers? There is a reason why I'm writing it in an order like this. Okay. Now,
I know three
natural,
numbers.
you
Like
know these three.
natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers.
Okay, what are natural numbers?
Natural numbers are like 1, 2, 3, and on and on.
Correct. One, two, three, and on and on. Whole numbers?
Whole numbers are the same.
No, whole numbers have one extra number. That is zero.
Oh. Oh
One, two, three.
yeah.
That is the difference.
Integer is the same thing. No, but like integer is the same thing as that, but it also includes negative numbers.
Correct. So you have -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Goes on from both ends. Correct. And then you have rational numbers. What are rational numbers? These are fractions. Fractions
Oh,
or decimals, but the sign could be positive or negative as well. Okay. So you could have -3.2, or you could have -0.5. The same thing I can write as -half, correct? Or 5/4, 3/2. All of these are rational numbers. Okay, rational numbers are of fractions, but you can always convert fractions into decimals, correct?
okay.
Okay, so rational numbers can be written as a form of fractions. They could also be written as a form of decimals. Is that fine? So if
So
you,
rational numbers are decimals and fractions.
yeah, fractions and decimals are always related. Any fraction you can convert into decimal. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Correct? That's why. Okay. Now, if you look at this, if you observe this, which is a very small set, these rational numbers, right? This one more thing you need to understand. These rational numbers could also contain simple numbers. Okay, this number one is also a rational number. Why? Because number one I can write as 1/1. Correct. 3 is also a
Okay.
rational number because 3 I can write 3 as 3/1. Correct. So all the numbers that were above, okay, maybe integers or whole numbers, all natural numbers, I could write all of them as rational numbers. Are you getting
So
it?
rational numbers are all of them?
Yeah, rational numbers are all of them. That's why rational number is a bigger set. So if I tell you something, natural numbers is a very small set, okay, because it has only
Yeah.
counting numbers. Then if you consider a bigger set, which is whole numbers, a whole number
Whole
contains,
numbers is one extra.
correct. So whole numbers contains all the natural numbers, correct. That's why I've written a bigger set. Whole number set is bigger, correct? Because it has one extra number. So all
Yeah.
the natural numbers are inside whole numbers. Okay. If you look at this, all the natural numbers are present. Plus one extra zero is present, correct? So whole number becomes a bigger set. Now integers, don't you agree? Integers contain all the whole numbers
Yeah.
plus some extra numbers, correct? So integers is a much
A
bigger
lot of
set.
extra numbers.
Okay, so integers is a much bigger set. By the way, integers is denoted by letter Z. Okay, don't ask why.
Okay.
This is integers. Okay. And then finally, you have your rational numbers, which is the biggest set. Because rational numbers contains all the integers, it contains all the whole numbers, it contains all the natural numbers. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay. But there is something called as irrational numbers as well. You need to understand what rational numbers do not contain. Okay. There's something called as fifth one. It's not exactly fifth one, but okay. Irrational numbers. Can you think of some numbers that cannot be rational numbers?
Um,
Think little difficult. Unless you have encountered these numbers, it's very, very difficult to know.
no. Infinity? No, wait.
Infinity you
No,
cannot
infinity
place.
counts.
Okay. Infinity you cannot place anywhere.
Okay.
Have you heard of something like this?
No. Oh, is it square root?
Yeah, it's square root.
I don't know how to do it, but I've seen it.
These are called as irrational because I cannot write them as something over P over Q, correct?
Wait, square root you divide by 2, right?
No, 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 no. Square root is
Oh,
something
oh,
different. Okay, when we come to square roots, I'll tell you what square roots mean. For that,
okay.
you need exponents first. Then you'll understand square roots. Okay, are you getting it? So there are some numbers which cannot be expressed as fractions.
Okay.
Okay, such numbers are called as what? Irrational numbers.
Wait,
Square root of
in the
3.
last 30 minutes of class, can we do a
Uh,
math game or
yeah, we can. We can. We'll do a math game on rational numbers.
yay?
Okay, don't worry. So are you getting it? The basic
Yeah.
idea of what rational numbers are. Rational numbers could be fractions. Rational numbers could be decimals. Important thing is q should not be equal to 0. Correct? That's why I
Yeah.
have this small exercise for you. Okay. Now, if you look at the first number, 0.25, can you tell me what kind of number is it? Is it a whole number? Is it an integer? Is it a rational number?
It's an integer and a rational number.
How is it an integer?
Oh, oops, I thought it was a negative. It's a rational number.
Even if it is negative, okay, even if it is 0, negative 0.25, it still can't be integer. Because
Oh,
integer are always whole values, correct? Integers are never in decimals.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
If
So
you
it's a rational
find,
number.
yeah, if you find a decimal or a fraction, it has to be a rational number. Okay. So this is a rational number. Okay.
Rational number,
3.14159, correct, rational. Negative 12
integer, and rational
and
number.
good job. Okay, because rational number is a bigger set, it contains everything. 0,
Oh, wait, does all of them?
all of them, good job. Negative 0.333333,
Rational number?
correct, rational number. 5, 9 over 10,
Rational number?
good job. 29,116,
All of them?
all of them. And finally, negative
Rational
2,
number.
good job. Okay, so did you get the idea how to classify numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.